Hey YouTube, English Picker here. Just thought I'd do a bit of a different video, other than my picking and antiques dealing finds. I just wanted to show you guys sort of the other side of things that I do, which is buying old pieces of furniture and restoring them. I know you guys are used to me buying things like the coins, precious metals, stuff like that, but 50% or more of my time is actually spent either making furniture or restoring it. So previously on one of my other videos, I think it was Day at the Auction, I picked up an old box that had been whitewashed, and in it was a load of tools. And I just thought I'd share the story about that from start to finish, really. So gives you a bit of a clear idea of you know what happens. So it isn't just about the buying; it's about the selling, the restoring, the full story.
This, which is a nice box with these big chunky corner things, and inside we have an absolute ton of woodworking tools and things like that. So they're good for car boots and garage sales. So yeah, not a bad day's picking.
So yeah, the box I picked up, very cool. Tools inside, I've probably sold about 50% of them. Scrapped some of the soldering irons, got the copper, so I've got my money back just straight away on that. The rest of the tools, some I'll keep for myself, some nice marbles, chisels, the boxwood handles. The others are great car boot items and flea market items. Tools sell really well at those sort of things. You know, selling for £1 each, 50p each. You know, there's 100 plus tools in there, so easy money. And then I got the box. Now, the steps that I did to the box. Cut a very long story short. Basically, take all the hardware off. That gets thrown in the fire to burn off any remnants of paint or anything like that. Then I get a real good wire brushing. Box itself, I had to get a bit aggressive with it and get the paint stripper on there to remove all the whitewash and the milk paint and the other stuff like that. Took quite a few coats and was quite long-winded. Sorted that out. Then I sanded it back down. Went in there with various grits of sandpaper up to quite a fine grit. And then gave it a really nice, I think 5 or 6 coats of a dark, really dark brown wax. So I'll show you how it's turned out. So this is the finished box. I'm really happy with it. I thought it was an ammunition crate, but it actually has turned out to be a post office crate, because under the paint I didn't see this. It says GPO, which is the Royal Post Office's old logo, which stands for General Post Office. So it's got a good amount of age to it. What I also didn't realise fully is the extent of the lovely dovetails that are on the side here. And just all this hardware has just come up beautiful. I've given the hardware a coat of lacquer just to protect it, and then wax right on top. It's got these corner protectors. The box is empty, but it still weighs an absolute ton. It's got all this nice, lovely, chunky hardware. These bottom ones gives it a real nice look to it. On the corners here, it's all nicely tenoned. I had to repair a crack on the top with a sliver. I tried to grey match the wood, but for some reason it's come out lighter. But I kind of like that. That's cool. There's some nice signs of age. I love how there's wear here from the many years opening and closing, as well as just the signs of wear just sort of around these where it's been scuffed against things. It's really quite cool. Gives the piece a bit of character. So that's the outside now. I'll show you the inside. The outside has been given a nice coat of dark beeswax on top. It's like a paste wax type affair. And the inside is a slightly different treatment. The inside of the lids had the dark wax, beeswax mixture. Again, these lovely fittings were there, but they were just caked in gunk and paint and such like. But yeah, it cleaned up really nice. It needed a good wire brush to get all the muck out of it. It'd obviously been sitting in a wet garage somewhere or something, but it dried it out and it was all fine. It's got this lovely fixed tray here, so this whole inside's been given a real good sanding up to 240 grit, so it's a nice finish, but still you still get the texture. The inside's been finished with several coats of a really high quality poly. It's a variation of a polyurethane varnish, so it's a water-based varnish. I find that it's easier on the inside to do that sort of thing because if you do the wax, it can easily get scratched and you'll see the wood underneath, and also sometimes the dark briar wax can rub off on the contents, say if you put white bed linen in it. So yeah, but the top's all solid, it's all good. I did contemplate putting a catch on, but I didn't in the end. So yeah, pretty cool. And as for underneath, because I think it was stood in a damp place for quite a while, the bottom had these skids which were just rotten through. And once it dried out, I realised the bottom was okay, which was good. But I had to replace these, so I used some old pitch pine, which came from a church, which I got out of a dumpster. And I've resawn those, and the grain match is brilliant. Even though it's underneath, I still like to have that consistency. So I've given a dark briar wax here, and the runners are actually varnished, so say if it's on a light coloured carpet, there's no transfer there. And again, I love this hardware, this really chunky. And just you know, the little details like making sure all the screw heads line up and things like that, it makes a big difference. So yeah, to summarise really, I'm really happy how this piece turned out. It cost me £12 pounds, and I probably have got £50–60 profit from the tools. It's best part of a day's work, all in all, with an hour here, an hour there. So yeah, I'm probably going to ask about £100 for it. I should easily be able to get that. If I don't, I'll put it back in the auction, and I'll definitely get something out of it. It's just such a lovely piece that I'm sure it'd look good in any sort of interior. It's a real heavy, chunky piece that just find that right place for it. The end of a bed, that sort of thing, and it'd be perfect. So that's kind of what I do for the rest of the time when I'm not picking. This is the sort of thing I do: pick the items up, give them a polish, restore them, and then take them out there and resell them. And so far it's been really good. Just keep an eye out for woodworm. That's the only thing I'd recommend, because if you've got that on a piece, you have to be very careful. I've certainly had problems with other pieces where you've got a bit of an infestation. But other than that, yeah, because brown furniture is a bit depressed at the moment, certainly in the UK, and there's some absolutely fantastic deals out there. But because it is depressed, the resale value isn't so good. But just look out for those nice chunky industrial ones with nice hardware, that sort of thing, and you can't really go wrong. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.